Hello students, I'm here again with the video of Merchant of Venice Act 1, Scene 1, Part 3. So let us begin. Here, Gratiano and Lorenzo has just left and Antonio and Bassanio are all alone. So Antonio asks Bassanio, does it make any sense? To that, Bassanio answers, Gratiano talks more nonsense than any other man in Venice. It is like hunting for grains of good wheat in 2 bushels of chaff. 1 bushel is equal to 8 gallons, that's a measure of capacity, and chaff is the covering of wheat. It means it is difficult to make any sense of all the nonsense that Gratiano speaks, and this nonsense he speaks the most in the entire city of Venice. At times, a little sense may be found in an immense quantity of nonsense, but you will have to spend an entire day trying to find out that sensible talk in the entire nonsense, and then you realize it is not worthy of entire search. Here, Antonio asked Bassanio, tell me about the lady that you were going to talk about. Is she the same to whom you promised a secret pilgrimage, that you had promised to tell me about it today? Here, the word pilgrimage elevates the character of Portia to that of a goddess, someone who is worshipped by men and unattainable. Here, Bassanio confesses about how he has damaged his means of living as he is a spendthrift and so lives in a grand style in spite of not having much. Bassanio says, I do not complain about being forced to live in not a lordly way, but his main concern is to get honorably clear of the great debts. Here, Bassanio says, my youth, which has been rather too extravagant, has left me in debts. Bassanio says that I owe the most to you, Antonio, in money and gratitude, and because of your affection for me, gives me the right to unfold to you all my schemes and intentions of how to free myself from my debts. Here, Antonio says, I request you, Bassanio, let me know the plan, and if your scheme is like yourself, perfectly honorable, then you may be sure that my money, my body, all my resources will be at your disposal. That means it will be available to you. Bassanio explains his plan by saying in his school days, if he went shooting and if he had lost one shaft, that's an arrow, then he would shoot a similar arrow which is exactly the same and in the same direction and watching it more carefully to find where the previous one has gone. And adventuring both means risking both, and he often found both. He says, I offer this childhood experiment because what I have to say now is quite innocent and he owes a lot of money to Antonio, which he has lost or spent. Bassanio means that he will be very careful in his scheme so that even if he does not recover the lost money which had originally borrowed from Antonio, but he will ensure that the second loan will be returned on time and he will still remain indebted to Antonio for the original loan. Here Antonio says, you know me better than that. You're wasting your time with talking in an indirect and complicated way. Indeed, you're doing something wrong in doubting that I will do everything I can, even if you had bankrupted me then too. Just tell me what to do and I will do it. Tell me. In this conversation, Portia is introduced to us. This is the way Shakespeare introduces the characters into the play, even before their presence is actually made, so as to make the audience aware about the character. This is the Shakespearean style of theatre. Here, Bassanio tells Antonio that in Belmont is a beautiful lady named Portia. She's rich heiress, she's beautiful and has wonderful qualities. Bassanio says, I have received from her eyes beautiful and silent messages. She is as famous as the famous Roman heroine Portia, daughter of Cato and wife of Brutus, a brave Roman general, the leader of the conspiracy against Julius Caesar. Portia here is compared to Portia of Julius Caesar. Then Bassanio says the world knows about her merits. as famous suitors are attracted by her from every corner of the world. Bassanio compares Portia's golden locks, that is golden hair, to golden fleece. Here, Portia's golden soft hair is compared to the golden fleece of ram mentioned in Greek mythology. Jason was a Greek hero who led a party to Colchis in Asia, near the Black Sea to get the fleece. It was a difficult journey, but he succeeded with the help of Medea, who was in love with him. Bassanio says, like Jason, suitors go to Belmont to win Portia, who's the Golden Fleece. Bassanio says because of his damaged estates. He does not have enough funds to suit Portia and become a strong contender to the other suitors. Bassanio decides to win Portia and then clear his old debts. Antonio says, "You know that all my money is in sea ventures. I have neither money nor goods to raise the amount which Bassanio wants. Therefore, he asks Bassanio to arrange for credit from any creditor in Venice, keeping him as security. He is ready to be stretched for Bassanio to woo Portia in Belmont." Antonio says, "I am certain that you will be able to borrow money either because of my business credentials or on account of my personal relationship." Thank you for watching. If you have understood, like my video and subscribe to my channel for the latest updates. Keep calm and adios amigos.